So every year, the leading blockchain data and analytics firm, Chainalysis, releases one of the most in-depth crypto crime reports that you can find. And they just released the 2026 edition, and it is packed full of 88 pages worth of data. Now, the cool thing about this is that we can use all this data to figure out exactly what scammers are doing right now and where they're headed and how to avoid them, which is exactly what I'm going to cover in this video. Now, that 88-page report, it covers a lot more than just scams. We're talking money laundering, human trafficking, drugs and dark net markets, ransomware, as well as sanctions and terrorist financing. So I'm telling you, it's a disgusting report. Uh, it's absolutely insane. But I'm going to focus on the scams and fraud. That way we know exactly what to be looking for and how to avoid this stuff. So let's get right into it. Also, I just want to mention, if you want to check out this report for yourself, usually you have to have like a business account and download the report with your email and stuff. I did that for you. I dropped the full report down in the description. It's an 88-page PDF. So if you want to read through this stuff, I definitely recommend you do. It's insane. I also have a link to Tangem down in the description. They currently have 30% off along with free Bitcoin. That deal ends in a couple of days. And I also have my full Tangem wallet user guide down there if you want to learn how to use that hardware wallet. And I have a link to my private crypto security community on the school platform. That's also down there as well. But more on that stuff later. Let's get right into this. So according to their data, illicit crypto addresses received at least $154 billion in 2025. That represents a 162% increase year over year. So as you can see, 2024, there was about $59 billion. 2025, and this data is still coming in, we're already at $154 billion. Now on screen, that obviously it's a lot of money, but I feel like we're kind of desensitized to amounts of money. $154 billion of illicit crypto activity is disgusting. And a lot of that is hacks, scams, and things like that. So the annual cryptocurrency scam losses, it's projected to reach about 17 billion. Again, all these statistics are still incoming. And this is just to scams and fraud. So this is what we're dealing with here on the channel. This is what is affecting us on a retail level, $17 billion. Here are some insane statistics that I took from this report. The average scam payout increased from $782 in 2024 to over $2,700 in 2025, which is a 253% year over year increase. And impersonation scams saw a 1,400% year over year increase, as well as high yield investment programs and pig butchering, which is like extremely common. We had someone on the channel yesterday who was an obvious victim of this scam, and he just didn't understand that he was being scammed. And I told him he's being scammed, but he assured me that the girl that he met online, was legit. So this is a very common scam. And I've talked to probably at least five of our subscribers here on the channel who have fallen for these high yield investment pig butchering scams. Another interesting thing is that stable coins account for 84% of all illicit transaction volume. So scammers are dealing with stable coins, mainly because stable coins are stable. They're not volatile assets. So if it takes them a while to cash out all the crypto that they're stealing, their crypto is not going to go to zero. So that can also be a sign that we can look for if someone is contacting you and wants to deal in stable coins. That might be a red flag. This is also really interesting, and I would agree with a lot of this data because, again, I see it every day on the channel. Scams leveraging text messages are 688 times more effective in dollar terms and 4 times more effective in the average transaction size than regular scams. Same thing with social media scams. They're 238 times more effective in dollar terms and 2 times more effective in the average transaction value compared to regular scams. And the reason they're more effective is because these are more personalized scams, or because they're showing up in private or more personal places, right? Like if someone sends you an email or a text message, that's a lot. It's just a lot more personal than if you just like happen to come across something on your social media feed. According to this report, also traditional scams are becoming less distinct, and fraudsters as fraudsters incorporate tactics into their operations, different tactics. For example, many pig butchering scams and investment scams incorporate elements of impersonations. So they're impersonating popular crypto influencers, they're impersonating government officials, as well as, um, you know, leaders of certain crypto brands like cryptocurrency exchanges and even crypto wallets. See, actually, one example I have of this, I don't know how many of you have received this in the mail, but I actually received, this is one example. This is a letter that I received from Trezor. Obviously, this is not really Trezor. You could see you got their CEO signature here. You have this QR code, which is the scam. You have this official Trezor holographic sticker. This is the kind of stuff that we're dealing with right now. Just one example. So someone impersonated Trezor CEO and literally sent me a letter trying to get me to go to this website and input my seed phrase. But anyways, social engineering, and a lot of these scams are technical or wallet focused. The reason they're wallet focused is because the lowest hanging fruit for scammers is the seed phrase. If a scammer can get your seed phrase, it's game over. That's all they need. Your crypto's already gone. So it's the easiest scam to carry out for them. Another interesting thing is that impersonation scams are trending toward DeFi laundering. So when these people scam you, the way that they're getting their money out or swapping their crypto is using different DeFi platforms and decentralized exchanges, or using coin swappers and coin mixers to make it harder to track. That said, there is still a massive amount of crypto going through centralized crypto exchanges. So I would expect crypto exchanges to become more strict regarding their anti-money laundering and know your customer laws and regulations, which means, like, one of the main reasons why your crypto will be frozen on a crypto exchange is if your account, or even crypto that's in your wallet that you're using to interact with the exchange, if it's marked on the blockchain as suspicious, or you have interacted with any suspicious cryptocurrency projects or any suspicious websites, the exchange actually knows that, and that's a lot of the reasons why, or that's one of the reasons why your account will be frozen on an exchange, or maybe even locked. So if you're doing a lot of stuff in DeFi, I would expect crypto exchanges to be becoming even more strict, and potentially to be seeing more crypto being frozen. We also are seeing nation-state threats is driving record volume. Mainly, this came from the 2025 Bybit hack. So Bybit was hacked for about $1.5 billion. And this is an official statement from the FBI back when that happened. That was February 2025. I don't know if, I'm sure everyone remembers that. But crypto exchanges remain a massive target for nation-state hackers, especially North Korea, but China as well. Because if you can hack a crypto exchange, then you hit the jackpot, because obviously these exchanges manage, billions of dollars worth of customer assets. It's not easy to do, but crypto exchanges do remain a prime target for actual hackers, right? So something to consider. Also, since 2014, over 400 crypto exchanges have shut down. This could have been because the exchange was, like FTX, and they were bad actors from the beginning. They filed bankruptcy. Maybe they weren't complying with local laws, and they ended up getting shut down. Lots of reason a crypto exchange could shut down. But I think the key takeaway is, if a crypto exchange shuts down and you have crypto on the exchange, don't expect to get that crypto back. Expect the users will take the hit generally. Even if the exchange is insured, it could still be a very long, drawn-out process, and it could take years to get your crypto back, and you might not even get all of it back, because crypto exchanges are only insured up to a capped amount. Also, a lot can happen in a few years. If it takes you 3 years to get your crypto back through their insurance policy, maybe that crypto has already gone to zero, and you could have sold it between that time. So things to consider. So these are the biggest threats in 2026 and moving forward this was my main takeaway from this part of the report. Personalized scams like SMS and social media remain one of the most effective and profitable attack vectors for crypto scammers. So if you're receiving text messages or people reaching out to you on any social media platform, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, they're likely going to scam you. No one's going to randomly reach out to you and offer you help or say, "Hey, you need to move your crypto into Web3." Nobody cares that much. The only reason they care is because they want to steal your money. Scammers posing as legitimate organizations or authority figures to manipulate victims into transferring funds. Again, this goes back to the pig butchering and impersonation scams. So if someone reaches out to you from a company, claiming to be a CEO, or maybe like a popular influencer, like you'll see videos of influencers like Jake Claver, is one of the popular ones that I see that scammers use. They'll take his short form videos and then they'll just put text over his video and say, stop using cold wallets, move your crypto to Web3. And then you'll comment on the video and be like, "Oh my gosh, how do I do this?" And then they'll DM you and be like, "Here, you need to send your crypto to this wallet," and then you get scammed. But this is where things start getting really interesting. Scammers are leveraging deep fake technology and AI generated content to trick victims into romance and investment scams. Deep fake technology is extremely scary because a scammer can literally take my face and voice and they can go and create their own content. And I see this active on YouTube almost every day. If you type in Michael Saylor live stream, there is a Michael Saylor account live on YouTube just about every day of the week. And the thing is, it's not actually Michael Saylor. They're making him say things that he's not actually saying. It sounds like him. It looks exactly like him. His mouth is even moving with the words. It doesn't look unnatural or anything. And then even the stage, like the stage behind him, or they'll have some kind of display or like screen behind him. They actually put that screen in the video, and it's not actually there, but it all looks real. And we had one subscriber lose $80,000 to a Michael Saylor live stream, basically deep fake. So I would expect to see more of that. Also, when it comes to pig butchering scams, like the person that commented on the channel yesterday and was saying, "Hey, my girlfriend sent me $50,000 to my exchange account, and now the exchange is telling me I need to deposit more money to access that crypto." That's a scam. And I told the person that was a scam, and he said, "No, but I trust my girlfriend." And I was like, "Did you meet your girlfriend online?" And he's like, "Yeah, but I trust her." That's not a girl you're talking to. You're talking to a Chinese guy or probably even a Korean guy. And they'll even jump on video calls with you. They'll send you photos, and they will talk to you as a female, but it's actually a male that you're interacting with. That is the power of deep fake technology and AI. So it's getting scary. But ultimately, human trust remains the most exploitable vulnerability in crypto. That's why all the scams target some kind of emotion: fear, lust, and greed. Those are the top ones. Fear, you need to get your crypto out of your wallet right now because your wallet's not safe anymore. Lust, they reach out to you. "Hey, I'm looking for a sugar daddy. I can help you invest money. I can help you make money. Let's talk on the phone. Let me send you some pictures." And then, of course, greed. "Send me 1 Bitcoin. You instantly get back 2 Bitcoin." These are all actual scams that people have fallen for on the channel. And these are still the biggest threats today and moving into 2026 or 2027 and beyond. So here are some actions that I would take if I were you, and I think a lot of you are already doing this because everyone here is really smart. But get your crypto off exchanges, not only because they are the main target for actual nation state hackers, but if they do start stricting, or if they do get stricter with their AML and KYC procedures, it's going to be a pain in the butt to use these exchanges, or at least not to use them natively. But if you're trying to send crypto like from your cold wallet back and forth between exchanges and interact with different DeFi platforms, I can see exchanges becoming just really upsetting to use for that. So I would limit your exposure to exchanges as much as possible. Of course, we still have to use exchanges to on ramp crypto, right? To buy it and to sell it. But as far as like my exposure to keeping crypto on exchanges, I don't have any crypto on exchanges, and I haven't for years at this point. Use a hardware wallet the right way. Not there wasn't the word cold wallet was mentioned once in this report, and it was just talking about like scammers are utilizing cold wallets. Oh no, it was saying that one of the main reasons why crypto is involved with all this illicit activity is because you can cross borders with billions of dollars in your wallet, and no one will ever know. That was the only mention of hardware or cold wallets in this entire 88-page report. There wasn't a single talk about hardware wallets being compromised. Do you know why? Because it doesn't happen. They don't have to target hardware wallets. They don't have to try to hack hardware wallets because they just go after the user. It's a lot easier. Hardware wallets are extremely secure. The users are the weak link. I would argue that just about every hardware wallet on the market right now is going to secure your crypto. That's just what the data shows. So if you are looking for a hardware wallet, even if you've never used one before, or you're new to hardware wallets and you want to get your crypto off exchanges and you want to use a proven device that has been securing people's crypto for the last 12 years since the first one came out in 2014, I do have a link to Tangem down in the description. This is Tangem. This is by far the most beginner-friendly wallet on this channel. This is what most people who land on my channel and are just learning about crypto security and hardware wallets, this is a wallet that they usually end up going with. This is the one that I use most myself as well, and I own just about every hardware wallet on the market, just because it is easy and convenient to use without sacrificing security. So you can get 30% off Tangem right now, plus free Bitcoin using the link in the description. And I also have the full user guide down there in the description, so you can, it shows you exactly how to set it up, how to transfer crypto to it, and even how to send crypto back to the exchange if you need to do that. So definitely take advantage of that. Do that sooner than later, because right now is the perfect time to start getting your security in place. Because once the bull run eventually comes back, that's when stuff gets crazy. Just there's a lot going on. Right now, everything's kind of calm, cool, collective. Not a lot of panic in the market, at least on the upside. So right now is where you want to get everything ready to go for when stuff gets crazy. Obviously, you want to secure your seed phrase. Now, again, this is like very crypto security 101. The seed phrase is the key to your wallet. Yet still people are losing their crypto because they're giving away their seed phrase like it's Halloween candy. You don't give your seed phrase to anyone. You don't give it to your accountant. You don't give it to your lawyer. You don't give it to your best friend. And you definitely don't enter it on random websites or apps. The seed phrase is for you. The only reason anyone would need your seed phrase is if they want to access and ultimately take your crypto from you. One of the best ways to secure your seed phrase, along with using a hardware wallet, is using a metal seed phrase plate. You can just type in metal seed phrase plate on Amazon. There's a bunch to choose from, but rather than storing it on a piece of paper, put it in some metal. And then, of course, be extremely skeptical of free or easy crypto. So if someone reaches out to you with an opportunity, hey, I can help you make a lot of money in crypto. Bro, that's a scam. It will never not be a scam. And then also, you should secure your phone and computer. Yesterday, I jumped on a live stream, and there is currently still ongoing an iOS. There's a mass iOS attack. So iPhones are generally considered to be the more secure phone or platform. Well, it was discovered recently that there is a malware going around specifically targeting vulnerabilities in the iOS versions from iOS 12 to iOS 17.2.1, which that firmware is 3 years old now. So it's only affecting about 30% of iOS users. However, 45,000 iOS devices have been affected by that attack. And that attack is specifically targeting crypto. So it's scanning affected phones, files, photos, and emails for seed phrases. So if you have your seed phrase stored on a digital device like your phone or computer, you're always at risk. That's the point of a hardware wallet, is to get your keys off the internet connected devices and onto an offline security specific device. So with that, you could also use, like antivirus software on your computer if that's something you want to do. But ultimately, I would say just make sure you're keeping your stuff up to date. Update your phone's firmware, update your computer's firmware, and update your hardware wallet firmware if your hardware wallet requires firmware updates. They don't release those updates just because. They release them because there's a lot of security patches and other usability fixes as well. And ultimately, education is the best defense against hacks and scams. And the thing with education is that it's ongoing. You never stop learning about these types of hacks and scams, especially if you're in crypto this early, because every year there's new types of threats. And that's why nothing is 100% secure. It's impossible. I don't care what hardware wallet you're using, whether you're using a $450 Engrave wallet or a $40 Tangent wallet. Nothing is 100% secure. Everything is only secure until it isn't. Today, all the hardware wallets are secure. Tomorrow, we could wake up and they could all be compromised. Is that likely? Of course not. But that's just the reality of cybersecurity. So when it comes to hardware wallets, and like if you're choosing a hardware wallet, the thing, it's not choosing like the most secure one. And that's not even the goal with a lot of hardware wallet companies. Obviously, they want to create secure products, but their goal is to eliminate the blast zone or reduce the blast zone. If something bad does happen, like if their wallet is exploited, a vulnerability is found and it's hacked or something, the goal is always to reduce the blast zone or reduce the amount of users who are affected. Because again, it could happen any day. You can also do that with your, how you're securing your crypto. You can take steps to eliminate the likelihood that you'll be targeted and that your crypto will be taken from you. The most simple, secure solution to do that is to put your crypto on a hardware wallet and don't connect your hardware wallet to any random websites. Just use your hardware wallet like you would a savings account. You send crypto to it. If you want to sell it, you could send it back to the exchange and sell it there. If you want to interact with DeFi platforms like decentralized exchanges or claiming airdrops or mining crypto, use a separate wallet to do that stuff. You could use a separate hardware wallet, or you could just use a hot wallet. And don't keep a lot of crypto on those wallets where you're interacting with DeFi platforms. The majority of your portfolio should be stored in a hardware wallet. Preferably, if you have like a decent amount of crypto, whatever that is to you, whether that's $2,000 or $100,000 worth of crypto, diversification is also key. You can use 2 or 3 hardware wallets, and instead of having $100,000 in one wallet, you could split $33,000 between 3 wallets, and you have effectively reduced your risk. So yeah, that's the biggest takeaway. Again, if you want to read that 88-page report, it's absolutely insane. It's down in the description, along with the 30% off for Tangent, which ends in a couple of days, and my Tangent user guide. I also have the my school community down there. If you want to join our private crypto security community, we have 75 members in there. You get 2 group calls a month with me. We have industry experts come in and talk to us, and you can watch all the previously recorded group calls if you join today. Right, you get access to all the calls. That said, if you're watching this video later after it's uploaded to YouTube, make sure to check out this video next to learn exactly how to secure your crypto in 2026.